Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Cepheus here, giving you a Starbow cast. It's going to be from the Starbow Ladder Cup Tournament Finals. It's going to be the first match in the first group, Group A. ElBowser in the bottom left corner. He's going to be playing Protoss. There we go. And he's going to be playing up against none other than rsvp in the Zerg pieces, and he's in the top right corner. The reason I'm casting a game from the Starbow Ladder Cup, which has already been completed, is that some of the games from the group plays was not casted, and this is one of those. I don't know, I don't think it's casted in past tense in English, but I think it's kind of sneaking its way, and it's probably cast, but whatever. So if you don't know the results, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the event is over, and you can check the results, if you are curious about it, over at Wikipedia. Starbow Ladder Cup Final. You'll probably just find it if you Google it, or something. I just need to make sure I'm into this game and pop my back. rsvp is Protoss player, but he off-race as Zerg versus Protoss. We did a lot of off-racing in this tournament, which became gradually more controversial because people are wanting, or some players are wanting to off-race in very strange combinations. So we're going to have to look into if we actually want to off-race more in the future. ElBowser, not known for his Forge Fast expand. He does like to go for start with one base plays versus Zerg. There's been a particularly popular one base Protoss versus Zerg lately, which is 2 or 3 gate stalker pressure, which may actually win the game right off the bat if Zerg doesn't know how to hold it. But I don't think ElBowser is one of those players who favors that one. Oh, it happened again. It happened on Rifkin's stream a couple of days ago too, where the whole geyser just bumps up and down as the simulator is about to complete. I think it only happens in Starbow and not in StarCraft 2, and I have no idea why, because we use the exact same simulator. The only changes we have is the amount of gas you get, and I guess changing the amount of gas somehow, and the harvest speed is actually a little bit different too. Somehow changes something, I don't know. It's kind of odd. Anyway, so I'm very excited to see what ElBowser will be doing here, because he does have a different one base play style, and to be honest, I actually haven't cast too many of his games. Well, I have cast some of his, but it's usually versus Terran. I cast him a lot when we had the Star Dodge for April 1st, but not much for anything else. It's going to be very interesting to see rsvp going for a... it was pool before hatch? Maybe not. Like, even though he went hatch first, the pool finishes before, and they're all finished about the same time. So I'm kind of... It was probably like a 12 pool, 12 hatch or something like that. It doesn't matter too much. He wasn't going for like a 10 pool or anything. No gas yet even. And no third hatch even either. He's gonna opt for double queen. Sometimes you get only one queen and you try to squeeze out another hatchery instead. But he's going for double queen. So it's gonna be very interesting to see rsvp's Zerg, because I play Zerg and I am quite curious about that. He's kind of weird. He's rallying all his workers here, but he's transferring his workers here. That was kind of odd. I think this is a mistake. He probably wants to rally these workers over there. So I'm more... Okay, I should be following ElBowser. So he's going for a little bit of everything build. He's going for a Stargate, Twilight Council, Gateway, Cybernetics Core. He's going for the one of everything build. He's going to go for Sentinel Pressure. So yeah, this is very different. This is not like a super cheese one base or anything. This is going to be like a map control one base into probably expanding. He's not looking to end the game in one base, it seems. He just wants to be a little bit safer. He probably doesn't want to lose against like a Hydra Bust or anything, like what you can do versus Force Fast Expand. And it's just probably his own style. It's going to go for actually a little bit of a scary speed launch timing here, it seems. Well, to be honest, when you go for this style he does right now, you basically need speed on the Zealots because you don't have any cannons. So getting... Like if rsvp went for 2 base, tons of Hydras right now, and he could do that because he doesn't see an expansion. And you basically, like when you don't see an expansion versus Protoss this early, you gotta be careful. You do not want to take a 3rd base. This is something I see that a lot of Zerg players might do wrong, is that they're so used to being able to take 3 bases versus Protoss from the Forge Fast expand that they start to do the same thing even if Protoss stays on 1 base, and that's just... If you hold that off, like if you can pull off 3 bases versus Protoss there, that's just incredibly difficult and very talented. Main point is, don't go 3 bases versus a 1 base Protoss. Get some units out first. Is he... Oh, I like this. Yes, ElBowser knows how to do this. You can actually turn off the null ward. You can wait until more units are gathered, and then you can launch it. You can turn off the auto launch, and you can actually... I don't know if it I don't think you can target it, but you can like... He wants to make sure the queen is gone, so he hits the drones instead. But he should have probably done it by now, though, to be honest. So that's okay. There, it went off. Oh, yes, got it. Yeah, that was a really nice. Yeah, he waited for all the drones to transfer. That was really nice from ElBowser, getting him a lot of damage. It's not going to do much though, to be honest, because they're all going to heal up again on creep. But well, he can try and he can try and go in there and try to snipe some of them off. But there's so many hydralisks there. But yeah, not a lot of people know that, and I've said it a lot of times on my stream now that you can turn off the as you're preparing the null ward, you can right click the auto cast and turn it off, and then you can manually trigger it as you want to. Which is really good because a lot of players just send in like one Zergling to try and soak up all the hits, and that's not gonna work. That's gonna force your opponent to get detection and everything. Man, imagine if you could do that with spider mines. Ooh, ooh. That's well, you could in Brood War. It was called Allied Mine. I recently learned that this sign right here. This is very, very, very trivial trivia, but this sign right here, if you have the Korean locale on, it becomes Korean letters instead of Latin letters. Is that a KM? N something, KA? That looks really weird anyway though. But yeah, that actually becomes Korean. Weird, useless information from CFS. Okay, so we got really fast zealots. We hopefully got a lot of, not too many hydras. And there we go. Yeah, this is about the timing you want to try and get a third base versus a one base. Protoss who's expanding slowly instead of super fast. But it might be a little bit of a aggressive time there. You might have wanted to wait a little bit longer to have the force needed to defend versus this, but oh, he's gonna go straight into null wards. Oh, only hitting Zerglings and actually doing some shock splash on the Roman Zealots. Ooh, 3 more null wards incoming though, and these are gonna be great for zoning out the army here. You can keep retreating back to these and feel very safe, and you can start to attack from over this side, retreat here, and be incredibly annoying versus rsvp, who's got oh, he doesn't have metabolic. What? Oh, one Zergling pulled them all off. Really nice play from rsvp there. He really should have not had those auto attack. He's going to lose some Sentinels this way, and Sentinels are expensive units. You don't want to lose those at all. So very nice defense there from rsvp. I feel that was a couple of blunders there from ElBowser. He had a really interesting and good position there. He should have had the null wards not on auto launch. Sorry I missed exactly what happened there, but I'm pretty sure it was just one Zergling he sent in to soak up that damage. So, little unfortunate missed micro there from ElBowser. He's going to try to go for it again, and I kind of disagree with this because we're starting to get this critical amount of Hydras here now, and the Zergling, yeah, Zealots can't engage it anymore. You reach critical mass, and Hydras will kill almost, any number of Zealots. He's gonna need to get some splash, probably High Templars, but it might, nah, I was gonna say Reavers, but it's not gonna happen. Nope, it's gonna be High Templars. Eventually, yes, he has Templar tech somewhere. He's making a Dark Templar. Where is that? Am I just blind? I'm blind. Yeah, it's right there. I'm just blind. That's what I thought. So we got a big Hydra push coming out from rsvp. He's gonna get a Lurker then behind this, which I like, because there will be blood. Oh, and the Dark Templar could help out a lot, but that kind of, yeah. But now rsvp should know and hear, so now he should start getting Overseers and prepare. So that's the kind of risk you run when you bring in the Dark Templar in the fight instead of just try to sneak past. You're gonna lose the surprise momentum. So you're probably not gonna do any harass. You're just gonna hold back the push as well, and they pass, but it's a good thing this is a replay cast, so you don't have to wait for that. He's actually going to get snuck by here. rsvp with a little bit of a delayed reaction there. And he's going to get all the way into the main. And I really just like the follow cam here. It's much more smooth than I can ever do. But there is a Spore Crawler here to detect, but there's nothing to actually kill it. You don't want to really attack it with workers either. Like, you eventually kill it, but you're going to make him killing workers so much easier. So this is going to be... Yeah, I don't want to follow... How can I stop this? Okay, there we go. There we go. The Overseers here to see. Oh, Cepheus. Okay. Yeah, he can drop down Changelings. He does have Lair. You can get Overseers. Let me talk about speed and Overseers, because there's some misconceptions there. Overlords are the slowest on hatch tech, and Overlords are just plain slow until you get the speed upgrade. Overseers, on the other hand, act a little bit differently in Starbow, and I might be wrong, but I think I'm right. So once you upgrade an Overlord to an Overseer, they move a little bit faster on hatchery tech. I know I'm right about that. But once you get the lair, just the lair, not the speed, but just the lair, they move actually a little bit faster after that as well, but I might be wrong on that one, but I think I'm right. I'm gonna have to double check it. But of course, once you get the speed upgrade, they move the fastest. So there's like 3 or 4 stages of speeds for Overseers, which is kind of odd. I guess maybe the just getting layered for overseers. Yeah, that should help. In my opinion, it should help because in StarCraft 2, once you have layer, you can make overseers, and overseers are quite fast even without the speed upgrade, faster than the overseers are here on Hatch Take. So that actually makes sense, and then they become. So I think they get the SC2 value without speed from from just having a layer, but forget about overseer speed, which is not as interesting as 3 lurkers dying from 2 storms. Oh no, it's gonna get one there, but he forces a cancel. But in the meantime, rsvp is going to go and try and cancel this, but the cannons finish on time, and ooh, a huge storm there. He's trying to pick off reinforcements, but ending up losing a lot of hydras instead. And he's just running past it. Get back there, but there's 2 cannons already, and they're trickling in one at a time. And unfortunately, these ain't going to do nothing. In the meantime, huge storm ripping apart rsvp forces, and rsvp is really falling apart here, I feel. But he doesn't have an observer anymore. I think that got somehow sniped. I didn't manage to catch that because so many things was happening at the same time. It's gonna kill a High Templar. That's pretty big. That's always the problem retreating with the death ball of Protoss, is that the High Templar's gonna lag behind. And the Muta switch, I love it. I didn't see that on the production tab, but that's so important. This is perfect timing. Too few good Zerg players do this, and I love how rsvp is doing this. Around the 15-minute mark versus Protoss, maybe a little bit earlier, you want to get a group of like 8 Mutalisks. This is perfect amount because the only way mass Hydra can really lose hard is by Storm and Reavers and all of those horrible units. So you get a group of Mutas out and you start sniping those High Templars, you start sniping those Furies, you start doing a little bit of at least threat or harassment and keeping the Protoss player in his base. And this is going to do so much for rsvp. He's probably not going to kill any workers. If he does, it's a bonus, it's a plus. But these Mutas have already paid for themselves. ElBowser is going to have a really hard time keeping High Templars alive, and he can't really leave his base. He's going to have to get so many cannons up to safely leave. And these High Templars, even if he doesn't kill them, they're probably just going to waste Storm on killing Mutalisks instead of trying to kill the DPS heavy Hydras. But I feel rsvp is overcommitting a little bit with these Mutalisks and getting too far into the base. He only has 5 Mutalisks left, and he needs to remake a couple, I think. Because you want to have a healthy Muta flock, especially for what you want, like... ElBowser really wants to push across the map now. Okay, yeah, and there we go. He wants to push. And in order to stop and delay the push, you want to snipe all the High Templars and then flood with Zergling Hydra. So, he doesn't... Yeah, okay, so he's making a couple more Mutalisks now. He's getting some Lurkers too, which will be nice. And the Mutas can fly and snipe Observers too. So those Mutalisks are so important. These Overlords, on the other hand, this is a cute little couple. They're out sightseeing. They're on their honeymoon, I think, so the Dragoon is going to be very polite and leave them alone. No! Such a okay, there we go. Yeah, they're like, go away, it's our honeymoon. We don't want to be shot. And ElBowser is going to push in here. And he doesn't have any AoE. Where are the High Templars? There is one with a couple of storms available. Well, soon 2 storms available. These Mutals really want to find that High Templar and kill it. But I think, yeah, there's too many Dragoons, so he's made so many Zerglings. Oh, that's a huge storm, though, and rsvp just eating the whole thing. Man, he was hungry for storm there. He was like, I'm just gonna go there, and I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna eat everything. Num num num. These are still strolling out on their honeymoon. This is hilarious. Are they like a suicide couple? They're gonna go straight into these cannons. We're gonna do it together, honey. Alright. So ElBowser not wanting to retreat. Yeah, he really wants to pick off one of these bases. I don't really feel he has the units he needs to, but he got that big storm off, and it did so much damage, he might be able to. Okay, more storm going off. See, I love this fake retreat that the Protoss does, and this is the perfect way to play to way against Zerg. Is that you pretend you're retreating, so the Zerg follows you, and then you storm, and then they usually stay in the storm longer. rsvp taking so much storm. He doesn't have any diagnosis that requires him to take storm to get healed. But okay, there we go. Mutalisk incoming, killing those High Templars. And nice rift there. Was that just one rift? I thought that caught more than 5 units. Dragoons are pretty big though. What happened to the happy couple? They're gone. An untold tale was spoken here, and I missed it. But there were more important things going on. But, you know, never forget. I can't type. Okay, that was a long hashtag. So we got a lot of Zerglings incoming. Look at how cool they move with the new pathing. They spread out on the line. They're like, we're fighting against each other. I want to go first. I want to get there first. They're like little kids running into the school bus. trying to get there first. And as the little kids in school, well, they all clump up in the middle of the bus. So I love that new pathing. It's the same here. They're like, no, no, I want to go there first. And they end up going on in the line that way. Rifkin was wondering what happened to the idle spread. And it is gone. It's been replaced with this weird movement stuff that's happening instead. So when units stand still in a clump, they do not spread out anymore. But when they move around, they do spread out. But hold that thought, huge storms incoming. ElBowser is trying so hard to kill stuff, and it really isn't like he's killing a lot of army, but he's never been able to hurt the economy too much. I guess he killed some workers here because there's only 2. But maybe, 24 workers killed for rsvp? When did he kill that? Oh, now he's, that's what's happening. Good thing I checked the worker kill tab. And ooh, nice, he's gonna catch a lot of retreating units here as well. ElBowser is being reduced to just Bowser at the moment. Okay, that was a really bad joke, but I just had to. So RCP is just gonna flood with a lot of units. ElBowser is actually up in supply. He needs those storm, and he's been good with the storms. Okay, yeah, he wants some of that storm action himself. Oh, all the observers in the front. They're just gonna pick off one observer at a time. He has the overseer there. Observers, get out of there! Get out of there! Oh, poor observers. Man, what suicidal units in this game. There's something going on here. First overlords, no observers. ElBowser making sure RCP doesn't take yet another expansion like that, and he's still actually got this base up. He just doesn't have any workers to saturate it. He actually has more workers than his opponent at the moment. So again, a lot of back and forth. I love this map, Circuit Breaker, man. It always turns out to be long, interesting games on this map, and fairly well balanced too. It's not like one race usually wins. It's just like for some reason there's something about this map. It's kind of hard to put my finger on it. What it is, but I like this flanking move from RSVP. Yes, he's going to lose a lot of Zerglings to those storms, but it's going to keep this army from retreating. He's going to come in with the Mutalisks, he's going to come in with the Hydras up here. He's going to... Wow, he's everywhere! And ElBowser, you know, rifting out again. 28 Zerglings incoming. RSVP is going... Like, he's been staying on Lair Tech for so long. I think he has Hive. He's getting Hive upgrades, but he's not getting any Hive units. No Defilers, no Ultralists. He's just staying on Hydra, Muta, Zergling, and just perfect army movement is keeping that working fine. And also the lack of AoE from ElBowser. He's never had too many High Templars, to be honest, and never any Archons. Well, it's part of this map because it's so hard to secure a third gas there. So he's never really had that extra gas that he needed, and he's not. I don't want to fight against this. We got Lurkers now. Lurkers have like sporadically entered into this game once in a while, but hasn't really had the biggest presence. They've kind of been the stand-in, the stuntman of this act or movie or whatever. Oh, nice storm though. That's gonna hit every single lurker except for this one. That looked like it was hitting that one. Yeah, he just wants to move his whole army on top just to make sure that's where the lurkers are, and then storm his own army with a couple of lurkers. 30 hit points left on that lurker. They're 140 HP. Oh wow, I thought they were less. Lurker Imba. That's right, they are not the same. They're 120 in Brood War. But they're armored here, so there are some differences. You might want to change that now that the Marauders are gone, though, to be honest. We'll have to think about that. But that does mean, actually, the Dragoons actually deal better. Actually, deal better with Lurkers here than they did in Brood War, because they deal more damage to armored. Well, it doesn't say the damage differential here because of Game Heart Overlay. I should probably cast some, like, I should do some, like, Starbow noob casts where I, like, explain Starbow from the scratch while I cast. And then I shouldn't use Game Heart, because there's a lot of icons here that are important to catch if you want to learn how Starbow damage system works. I think Husky has it in his casts, where he explains that quite a bit. He's very excited about the damage downscaling instead of upscaling. This game is still going on. That's kind of interesting. None of them has actually cleaned this out, or cleared out the other opponent. Dark Templar's going to find and probably kill this base. RCP, though, one of the good things about him staying on Lair Tech for so long is that he has a very mobile army. So, wow. Okay, it's so clumped up, so many good storms landing. They're just kind of agreeing not to engage too much, just a little bit back and forth. We got, a whole lot of Zerglings going to come here and try and flesh out this middle line again, but we have the High Templar now, but he might be too preoccupied with this engagement to storm here. I'm kind of curious to see if he's going to try and get the storm off. But if the Zerglings can get all on top of the workers, you don't want to storm there anyway. So yeah, this storm is really good, actually. Okay, wow. 21 High Templar kills. He's a... Oh, I don't even have the title here on this stupid overlay. Maybe I shouldn't use Game Art. Whatever. So, okay. He's got help of a Zealot here. So, ElBowser holding quite nicely, and RSVP is kind of forced back to lick his wound. He's up in worker supply now. He's been able to saturate quite better, but he's never getting his fourth base up. None of them is getting a fourth base up, but oh, never mind. This is a fourth base. I mean a fifth base. I said fifth base. That's what I said, fifth base. More Zerglings incoming though, and the second round of Zerglings might be better. What happened to that High Templar? There it is. That's a 2-kill one. Get out of here, High Templar. You don't have 21 kills. I think it died. It's too sad. Maybe it got, like, you know, sent to R for good, you know, for excellent service. His services was no longer needed on Circuit Breaker. That's a lot of High Templars. And I really think RCP should think about, you know, getting into Ultralisks, but he doesn't really have the economy anymore to do that. He's mine on his main. He's only... What?! Oh, huge blunder from RCP. He's only kept one guy in gas here, and yes, he has been gas starved because this is a mineral only. In the meantime, though, there are some Zerglings trying to enter into the main base of ElBowser, but I'm not going to care about that because a big engagement here. ElBowser's going to try and kill the third base of RCP, which is still mining, but it's not a lot left. So many storms, but he has so many High Templars, he doesn't really care. Now he needs to storm the life out of him so he doesn't get those High Templars sniped off by the Hydras. And storms his own army there. I think that was kind of a mistake. There we go, a lot of High Templar storming. In the meantime, a lot of Zerglings again killing this base. They're just, you know, if you can't expand safely, just kill each other's bases instead. That storm is just going to kill every single Mutalisk. Not going to kill every single Mutalisk. Almost. Oh yes, finally some Archons. I think all the storm was gone, but he might just want to, yeah, recall out of there. Recalling out of morphing Archons is just the best thing in the world. Good thing it wasn't this base because his Zerglings might have just killed him. Man, I talk fast. Okay. So, yes. Good. These 13 kills on that Dark Templar? What? But there's a lot of workers there. I'm confused. When did that happen? This game is crazy. Too bad Rifkin didn't catch this game. That's actually my fault. I told him to cast the other one. But I couldn't predict which game would be best. It's not like we watched the game first and then tell him which one to cast. Okay, I like this from RCP, but overseas, there we go. That's where the High Templar is. 16 kills now. 17. 18. He's an executor or something like that, and now he's sent into a Dragoon. See, this is the problem with not being Dragoon in StarCraft 2. You see, when a Zealot dies, his soul enters a Dragoon. We know this from Brood War. Like Phoenix, when he died as a Zealot, his soul entered as into a Dragoon. When the Dragoon died, he died completely though. Or he's probably out there somewhere in the Force or something. StarCraft feels like such a mix of all the other science fiction stuff without really having like a good basis for what's can be done and not be done in this universe. Like all of a sudden Kerrigan can move stuff around with her mind. It's like, when did she get that ability? But I was saying something about something. Yeah, Dragoons. So yeah, in StarCraft 2 now they don't have Dragoons. So I don't know where the Zealots go when they die. That's something Blizzard didn't think about. Think about that one. More backstabbing here. Why does he only have one cannon here? He knows there will be Zerglings. It's like, it's one of those things, you know, if you only see blue flowers your whole life, you're gonna think all flowers are blue. But he's been only seeing blue Zerglings in this base his whole life. He gotta know that all Zerglings are attacking that base. That was a horrible analogy, but it kind of worked. ElBowser trying to shut this down. RCP says, I'm not going to have any of it. He needs to burrow these lurkers in good positions, and he should be able to hold this just fine. RCP is really struggling for his army supply right now. This is a very deadly and effective, yet very small army. A lot of storm and damage potential, but not just too few units, I feel, to deal with anything. A couple of lurkers, though, won't hold it. He's going to have to bring the rest of his forces here. And he might isolate and kill this base, but he's gonna get himself trapped in. He doesn't want to cross the bridges too far. He want to have the retreat option, but he could of course do another rift out, but he can't really rift his entire army, I think. Well, he doesn't have that many units. Does he have an observer with this? I don't think he does. So he's killed a surprising amount of lurkers with just storm and attacking before they burrow, but once they're burrowed and once he don't have any storm anymore, he can't get out. He's just gonna have to try and kill this hatchery and then just rift out of here. In the meantime, Zerglings attack this base. Wouldn't you believe it? But he actually held it just fine because he has so many Zealots in the middle line. Might just be better than Photon Cannons. Gonna check this base. Really smart to do that. It's very, very common for Zerg to take this and just try and defend this one. So yeah, he's gonna rift out of there. That's a cool sound animation for the rift. A couple of Zerglings incoming. When is he ever gonna get Ultralisk? Okay, there's the cavern. Have there been any upgrades? Upgrades P. No, upgrade G. Upgrades. No Ultralisk upgrades yet. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, I paused the game, of course. That's what P does. I'm retarded. Ah, no, it's open. Get block off. Yes, good. Go back to your own country, Zerglings. Man, there's okay. So he's gonna try. Oh, it's the switcheroo now. Instead of Zergling's here and Hydra's here, he's gonna go Hydra's here and Zergling's there. He's switching it up. And Hydras do fare quite well versus Zealots, and that's a lot of Hydras too. So this isn't just like a harass run by. This is a full-on frontal attack. And by definition, compared to how many units you have, he's gonna snipe this Nexus. He's not gonna snipe that Nexus. Why is he not leaving a couple of Hydras back here to snipe the Nexus? But in the meantime, the Zerglings are trying to run in, and he's gonna try and kill the production of ElBowser. He's gonna kill some High Templars and some other stuff that he doesn't want to lose. RCP retreating with a Hydras, a Dark Templar sneaking in with 5 kills already. This is kind of funny because this is what RCP usually does versus Zerg, so he really should be knowing that this could come. I don't know, ElBowser is kind of falling apart here, but he saved this base, which is kind of crucial, but he's losing a lot of his production. RCP will not kill too much important stuff here. He's just gonna make sure that the reinforcements of RSVP is going to be stuck in his base, and he's going to lose a lot of them too. But in the meantime, there's a push from ElBowser coming, but it doesn't feel that threatening, to be honest. Yeah, this should deal with. There's not even any storm. ElBowser, I don't think ElBowser is going to, like, he's going to hold for now. He's not going to die. Oh, I love this flanking maneuver. Oh, look at that. These are going to die so hard. Look at this. Look at this. So we got there, and then we come to the Zerglings. No, Zerglings, wrong way, wrong way. That's not a flank. And he's even got Storm now. When did that happen? Okay. Ooh, that was an engagement gone wrong. He could have moved up with the Hydra here, moved in with the Zerglings here, and just trapped his army completely, I feel. Instead, he kind of bolts them up over here, and now it doesn't have the good position anymore. I think ElBowser still should just head out of there, though. I don't think there's anything he can do with these numbers of units. And he stabilized there. He didn't lose too much production. He lost a forge, but I think his upgrades are mostly done. Yeah, they are. He's actually on 3-3. He doesn't have any shield, though. Ooh, if he can sneak this one out. Yeah, he wants to get cannons here, though. He doesn't want to get cannons here. Well, maybe for Mutalisks. He's not going to sneak this out. RCP doesn't know about it, but he will. No, he's not. He's not patrolling there. Oh, he's sending them to... Is it on patrol or is it on attack? I think he's going to try and attack here. And guess what? ElBowser knows this might happen for some strange reason. Oh, very nice choke here, but here comes a lot of stuff. Lurkers, Hydras, Zerglings, stuff, Zerg units. Good definition there. We got 4 observers though, but he still has to be careful. There's a lot of Hydras, and there is an Overseer, so if he's uncareful with them... Yeah, and they didn't kill any workers. How many workers have been killed? 88 workers killed for RSVP this game, though, so these harassments has done a lot, but yeah, he's down to 32 drones. Probes. What is that sound? Oh! He's hallucinating an Arbiter? That's so awesome! He's gonna go for a fake recall, but he's gonna lose this base though. That's unfortunate. But he's gonna go for a fake recall, or is that a scouting Arbiter? I can't believe that's a... You wanna make a Corsair for the hallucination. Let me just inform everyone. This is the first time I've seen it that we have brought back the StarCraft 2 hallucination. So you can hallucinate any unit. And this one is actually gonna die soon. So yeah, that was kind of... I don't think RCP is too afraid of this. No, he's actually making Scourges. That's kind of hilarious. So yeah, he's afraid of the Arbiters now. That fake tech did work. Forced out 4 Scourges at least. But RCP is just gonna kill everything. ElBowser has to win with this push. And like he's probably gonna kill this, but he's gonna lose a lot of units. And RCP can just keep reinforcing this because he actually has an economy. But if you look at the income tab of ElBowser, it's just dwindling down to nothing. It's converging to 0. Just like a 1 over x function. I had to think there for a second to find a good function converging to 0. I think that's the best one. So his income is converging. That's important StarCraft terminology there. So he's actually going to retreat with these Hydras just to make sure. But yeah, because he's killed all the income potential of ElBowser. ElBowser only has his units left, and he has to do damage. And yeah, this is it. RSVP was able to slowly and methodically and surgically kill ElBowser. I don't think there's any way ElBowser can come back from this. He can't even come home from this. He's gonna go for a last stand. A horrible storm. You want to have perfect storms when you're in this position, but I don't think he really cares that much anymore. Like Scourges just fly over to show you're in Zerg territory now. It's like kind of the campaign videos where you just see random Zerg units fly over the other army just to see where he is. And there we have it. GG is called, and RSVP taking that first game. If you want to watch the other 2 games, I'll link it in the description on this video because Rifkin did cast the other 2 games. Thank you for watching and have a good day. And cut, and then I will cut it when I do the Twitch thingy. Cool. What's going on here? So, Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed that cast. What a noob, Zerg. So bad unit control. Yeah, man. rsvp, man. It doesn't display damage time when you lower it. Yes, it does. If as long as you don't use like an observer overlay. It does it in like if you just do the in-game one. But it doesn't do on all of them, not the normal damage one, but the other one. I think that's gonna be it for now though. Seriously, thank you for watching. I think I'm gonna stop the actual stream as well. It's been fun streaming a little bit Starbow now. I have had a little bit of